What does an A1 Movers candidate profile look like? In this exam, candidates take a step forward on their English language journey. As it is still the YLE exam set, students will continue with the same engaging and interactive activities as before, but now with a wider range of vocabulary and language structures. An A1 Movers learner can engage in simple conversations by agreeing, disagreeing, giving simple descriptions of pictures and actions, and telling simple stories. At this level, candidates need to understand longer sentences and texts, showing an elementary level of English. Compared with the pre-A1 starters, this test has the same structure but with more questions and more complex tasks, such as writing longer sentences or short texts. As in the previous level, each part of the test will be marked with a maximum of 5 shields. The A1 Movers exam is divided into 3 parts: reading and writing, listening, and speaking. Let's have a look at these 3 parts together. The reading and writing exam lasts for 30 minutes and is divided into 6 parts. This test will assess candidates' ability to match words to their meaning, use functional language, read for gist and detail, recognize different words with similar meanings, and produce longer sentences and chunks of text. This test includes activities such as matching, multiple choice, gapped text, and productive writing. The listening test is around 25 minutes and is divided into 5 parts. In this test, candidates will show their ability to listen for names, descriptions, actions, and specific information. It includes activities such as matching, note-taking, multiple choice, and colouring. Note that the students will hear each recording twice. The last part of the A1 Movers exam is the speaking paper, which lasts around 5 to 7 minutes and is divided into 4 parts. Each part will consist of open-ended questions about personal information, picture comparison, picture sequence, and picture cards. This speaking test shows a big difference compared to the previous level, as students will have to give longer descriptions of things and events. This test includes activities such as identifying differences between pictures, identifying the odd one out and explaining, telling a short story, and having a basic conversation with the examiner about themselves. Note that candidates will have to show their basic conversation skills by using greetings and social formulae like hello, thank you, and sorry. Finally, let's look at the A2 Flyers exam. This exam is the 3rd and last step in the YLE exams. As this still belongs to the series, there is no big change in format and tasks. Candidates will still find engaging and fun activities that will boost their confidence for future tests. English learners at this level need to develop their skills so that they can understand more complex instructions, for example, more than one sentence, short texts, and simple conversations on everyday topics. Also, they can use basic questions and give more than one sentence answers by using linkers such as and, because, or then. There is also a big step forward in their writing skills as they can write simple descriptions and stories. What does the exam look like? Compared to the previous exam, the A1 Movers, this one keeps the same structure but adds more questions and parts in the reading and writing section. Also, the speaking part will be a bit longer as they are expected to talk more. As the previous exam, the test will be marked with a maximum of 5 shields. The A2 Flyers is divided into 3 parts: reading and writing, listening, and speaking. So let's have a look at each part of the exam. The reading and writing exam is divided into 7 parts and is 40 minutes long. This test will evaluate the candidate's ability to match words with their meanings, this time with no picture support, their use of functional language, reading for gist and detail, their lexical and grammatical knowledge reading factual texts, their knowledge of collocations and fixed expressions, and their ability to use linkers in short texts. This may seem similar to the previous level, but some aspects make it a bit more complex. For example, there are more open-ended activities, giving more freedom to the learner to write. Also, in this exam, there is a new activity where they are encouraged to write a short story based on a set of 3 pictures. The listening paper is divided into 5 parts and lasts around 25 minutes. This exam tests the candidate's ability to listen for names, actions, and descriptions, as well as detailed information about a topic. Students should know that they have to listen until the very end of each recording, as the answer is not necessarily the first or the last thing mentioned. Note that the students will hear each recording twice. The speaking paper is divided into 4 parts and lasts around 7 to 9 minutes. This last part of the exam will test the candidate's ability to comment on pictures and find differences between them, respond and form questions, and tell more elaborated stories based on a set of 5 pictures. Note that in the previous level, there were only 4 pictures. They will describe not only things with there is and there are, but also feelings. For example, the kid is happy. This test includes activities such as oral statements about a picture, 1 set of facts and question cues, picture sequence, and open-ended questions about themselves, which can be based on daily topics such as school, holidays, hobbies, etc. Students are expected to talk in the present tense, but they should also be prepared to answer questions using past tenses and going to. Let's have a look at the can-do statements for the YLE exams. All official exams and exam material use the Common European Framework of Reference, also known as the CEFR, to determine candidates' level of competence in English. The CEFR has 3 bands which are split into levels: level A, B, and C. If you're not familiar with the scale widely used in Europe, you can think of these levels as A for beginner, B for intermediate, and C for advanced. As far as the Cambridge Young Learner exams are concerned, we want to focus on the A band for basic users. As teachers, we aim to prepare students using the can-do statements so that we can guarantee they are competent with each skill, making them confident enough to do the exam. If you're new to the CEFR scales and feel like you need more information, you can find everything you need in this comprehensive guide to CEFR. Preparing young learners for an exam can seem like a daunting task, especially when there are so many other responsibilities involved in teaching a YL group. However, these exams are designed to add a fun element to learning a language. As an ESL teacher, there are many different ways you can incorporate exam preparation into your classes, and here are some ideas to help. Cambridge YLE exams focus heavily on vocabulary word groups. Each level comes with a word list that students need to know to take the exam. Using these word lists, you can create fun and interactive warmers to start the class. These warmers could include flashcard games, vocabulary games using the whiteboard, charades, drawing games, and so on. This way, students can review these words at the beginning of every class in a fun and engaging way. Using picture cards or posters is a great way to get students speaking and give them confidence to express themselves. In the YLE exams, students are often given scenes, such as people at the park or a family at home, and they often have to point at things, move objects, or create a story. During class time, students can practice these skills either in a controlled or freer practice setting. Giving students at the movers or flyers level the opportunity to do these types of speaking exercises in groups or in pairs can help boost their confidence and give them a sense of independence while tackling exam-style exercises. Stories are also a key element for the YLE exams, so why not hold a weekly story time session for your learners? For young levels like starters, simply showing a picture book with very few words can help them improve their reading and listening skills, allowing their imagination to tell their own story using the pictures and key words. For older levels like movers and flyers, using exam-style stories can promote reading and storytelling skills. Adding a question and answer task can build important reading skills necessary for the exam. In each level, there is often a conversation or situation happening in both the reading and writing and listening papers. These conversations typically include questions and answers. Giving students their own role-play cards to act out these scenarios can not only improve speaking skills, but also promote understanding of these kinds of conversations for the listening exams. Of course, using practice exams in the classroom is key. Even students who understand the language very well can struggle with exam-style tasks if they haven't practiced them before. We have all taken mock tests in our lives, and they are also essential when preparing students for Cambridge YLE exams. Each part can be adapted, changed, or taken apart to fit a lesson plan or activity. However, it's crucial to allow students to do practice exams under exam conditions every now and then. Arts and crafts are a great way to promote creativity in the classroom while still providing a learning environment. Incorporating exam-style activities into this setting might not seem straightforward, but there are ways to do this. In a classroom setting, making wall memorials of different vocabulary topics is a great way to reinforce students' understanding of these words while creating a piece of artwork that they can view every day. This could be a memorial of places in the city, sea animals, a fruit and vegetable market, and so on. Another way to incorporate creativity into exam preparation could be to get higher level students, so movers and flyers, to create their own spot the difference drawings or paintings by choosing topics from the word list. For young learners, making a sensory box with different small objects inside can be used to practice speaking with prepositions and objects descriptions with yes and no questions. If you're still not sure where to start, then using our pre-made exam preparation lessons could be for you. These teacher-made lessons are ready for you to use in class straight away. Each preparation lesson includes an interactive PowerPoint with different activities to practice exam skills, and it's accompanied by an activity sheet ready to give the students for additional practice.